Well, there have been a few changes around here. First of all, I sold my extra large freeze dryer. And I cut my hair. That was a long time coming. And as you can probably tell, we're not in the cottage anymore. We moved 50 yards back into our house, and now a really dear friend of ours is going to be moving into the cottage. And there's one other change you may have noticed. This channel is no longer called Twig and Feather. That's still the name of my blog, but I've changed it to One Joyful Life. So a few months back, I was just flipping through YouTube as we do. Do we flip through that? Anyway, I was scrolling through YouTube and this song was recommended to me by this group, Sons of Sunday. I'd never heard of them before, but I just clicked on play and the most beautiful song I've ever heard started, and it's called One More Day. And I would love if you would go over and listen to it and support these guys. They're just a group of friends that every one of them is extremely talented individually. They have their own music ministries, but they decided to come together and form this group. And the culmination of all their talent is just overwhelming. And their ability to lay their ego at the door, not that any of them have an ego, but you know what I mean? I mean, they probably do, we all do. But the fact that they just don't seem to care who takes the lead on a song, and they let that person minister to them during that song. It's just something to behold. So please go over and listen. But I was listening to it and it was so beautiful. I cried the first time I listened to it, and probably the 200th time I've listened to it, because it just gets to me every time. But afterward, I felt like the Lord was challenging me. And the challenge that I heard was, if you could only put up one more YouTube video, what would it be about? And I knew immediately that it wasn't about freeze drying, and it wasn't about herbalism, it wasn't about cooking, that if I only had the opportunity to put up one more video, I wanted it to be about Jesus. And the fact that I've been given one more day, one more opportunity to put something out there that might comfort or encourage or inspire, I don't want to pass that by. And so I have loved this time with all of you, doing all my homemaking things and just talking about whatever interested me for the day, and especially getting into freeze drying right in front of you, which, you know, mistakes and all, because that happens, but I don't see myself doing that anymore. I did order a size medium. It should be here any day, and because we don't have room for the big one, but I don't think that's going to be the focus of what I talk about. I really want to take advantage of these days that are left to us. If you're a Christian, you see the signs, and you know, as I do, that all these prophetic events that have been foretold to us in Scripture are one by one coming to pass and lining up. And I don't know, do I have a day, a week, a month? I don't know, but I want to spend that time talking about Jesus. I did consider starting another channel for that, but honestly, the fact is, freeze drying hijacked the channel that was this channel before. I started this to share stories of the dreams and the visions that God has given me over the years, and all the truly unmistakably miraculous ways that He has provided, down to the penny, the things that we've needed or the item that we've needed. And I did, for the first, I think, 18 videos, that's what I talked about. Well, all those people that were coming then sort of got pushed to the side when I posted my first video about freeze drying and had 17,000 views. And I'm ashamed that I let that hijack my channel, even though I'm not regretful of the people that I've met through that. There's some wonderful people on here that I don't want to lose touch with. But I didn't stay true to what I started the channel for. So if you are only here for freeze drying, I have to say goodbye to you, because I won't be doing that anymore. But if you have any curiosity about who Jesus is, you've heard His name, you've had people talk to you about Him, but you've never yourself reached out and taken the invitation that He offers to you, I really would love for you to stick around. Or if you're a believer but you're weary or you're frightened, because the world is a frightening place right now if we don't keep our eyes where they should be and we don't remember the promises that God has given us. Well, I hope you stick around too, because I want to share with you all the really, truly wonderful, encouraging things God has shared with me. And I want to dig into the Bible together. And I want us to remind one another that we were meant to walk in joy. This is supposed to be a joyful life, not one full of fear and trepidation. So those are all the changes going on here in my little house, and I would love to see you back. But if we have to say goodbye here, thank you for the time that you've been coming to the channel. I have loved every minute with you. God bless all of you, and please run over and listen to One More Day by Sons of Sunday.